rotation of a point,
Yeah.
some translations.
Oh.
I mean, these are all due out in May, but we can obviously start on them now. Any of these sound more exciting than another?
I need help on the rotation of a point.
Okay. Got it. All right. So what I would like to do here is I'd like to snip these problems in to our workspace and then just enter the answers as we go. Is that okay with you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna new share that other screen that you normally see when we're working. Okay. All right. Now, do you happen to have that reference sheet which has all the rotations on there for clockwise, counterclockwise? And if you do, why don't you tell me if you see it? I don't have it in front of me. I'm gonna have to look up, get mine up here, because it's some variation on X and Y here. 270 counterclockwise rotation. So I see that XY becomes Y comma negative X. Is that what you see for a 270 counterclockwise?
Oh, I wrote this down wrong. These are the ones I was having trouble with.
This is also 90 degrees clockwise.
Yeah.
They're the same, depending on how you're doing it. Okay, so if you have the formula, you're basically done here. Let me see if I can find a rotation formula sheet. Here it is. I think this is probably the one I sent you once before. Yeah, I'll send it over again in case you need it. Throw it in the chat here. Okay, so your Y is -8, and then X is negated, so it becomes 7. Is that okay? Is that clear?
Yeah.
I mean, once you have the formula, it's not all that difficult to do. Are you sure you want to? Yes, I want to submit the answer. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, 1 out of 15. Next problem. Okay, so same thing here. Now that you've got the formula, I'll have you tell me the answer here. What does this one become?
Kind of clockwise. It's -1.
Okay, good.
9,9.
Yep, perfect. Okay. Yep, that's correct. Yeah. Sometimes it's so straightforward. You're surprised that it's that easy. All right, very good. All right, so another one here. Do you get time in class to do these, or are these all like outside of class homework type problems?
Yeah, I can do them in class.
Okay. Yeah, so that XY becomes Y comma negative X. So and it's the same one. Like they've not switched it up on us yet. It's all 270 counterclockwise. What is the new point for this one?
A -2.
You got it. Okay. Next problem. All right, let me, oh, you can only get one problem at a time. Okay. I was wondering if they allowed you to move ahead. So this one is slightly different. This one is 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, 90 degrees counterclockwise. So we'll need a new formula for this one. Let me get this framed correctly. So you just got to somehow remember these. I don't think there's a great way to remember them. That reference sheet I sent you though has 90 degrees clockwise, on the bottom there of the page, you'll see it as x comma y goes to y comma minus x. Sorry, that's completely wrong. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong place on that page. It's it becomes minus y comma x counterclockwise. So what I'm, just to be clear here, let me snip those in case you're wondering. Here is the formulas. So you gotta know the angle. The angle is 90 degrees, but which one is it? It's the counterclockwise, which means it's this rule here. And that's at the bottom of that page I sent over in the chat. So how does that change? How does it change these numbers here? How does it change -7, -3?
It's +3.
Good.
Yeah. And then -7.
Yeah, it's nice when you can just keep the number there. So let me enter that. 3 -7. Okay, so we're back to 270 counterclockwise. So we're back to this last one here, the xy becomes y -x. So whenever you're ready, if you could give me the new coordinates there.
4, 5.
Yes. Do you think you'll get the you'll be able to put this down on a reference sheet before a test or quiz, or do you think you'll have to memorize these?
Yeah, I have them all written down right here.
Good.
Yeah.
These don't come up very often in math, so this is one of those things I've never even committed to memory because it's just not helpful. So this one is 180 degrees, and notice it doesn't matter whether you're going clockwise or counterclockwise, you get to the same spot when it's 180. I think this is the easiest one to remember because they're both negated.
Oh, so it's -6, -2.
Both negated though, yeah. So the 6 becomes positive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they well, I don't want to say this. I probably said it wrong. You change the sign of both. If it's already negative, it becomes positive.
Okay.
And I guess to me, that's the easiest one to remember because it's the same for both x and y. Like you're not remembering, well, is it y that changes sign or is it x? Notice in the formula that for the 90 and the 270, y and x both change positions. It's just one's negative and one's not. And you just got to remember, which one it is, or have the formula sheet there.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Here's another problem here. This one's 270 counterclockwise. Let me know if you need the formula sheet there.
It is -8, -4.
-8. Yes, very good. All right, let me enter that. Okay, so we're almost halfway through this first grouping. Would you like us to continue and answer them all, or do you want me to go move to another topic?
Move to another topic.
All right, sounds good. Got that down. All right, so go back. So the options are, let me just go back to that screen. The options are rotation and reflection rules, which I guess maybe is not an assignment. Maybe that's just the things I sent you. So should we go to identify single rotation or reflection, or should we go to one of these other ones, translations?
Identify translation guided.
This one right here, guided?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, great. Yeah, let me
Oh, it's this one.
okay, so this one we can actually do visually here. I'm going to zoom in just a tiny bit on this. I'm in a different browser than I usually use. Okay, is this clear enough on your screen, large enough to see?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I do is I pick a point that I know is the same as another point because it looks kind of the same, and I just count. I count how many up. 1, 2, 3 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 right. And that's it. They all should go up 3 and then 4 right. So if you don't believe it, you just pick another point like this one on the top right. Like, all right, up 3, 1, 2, 3, good. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, good. So we know that it works. So we go, well, this one wants you to go right and then, so it's right 4 and then up 3 units. Press try. Oh, we got to try it. All right, let's try it. Okay. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. No, we're gonna hit the next. That doesn't automatically go to the next problem here. Okay. Now, are you drawn to a certain point? Like, are you drawn to the lower right, the top left, or something down here? Like, where are you drawn when you
The lower right.
lower right here? Okay. And I guess we got to be careful here. It's H. And I made the mistake on the last one. It's H to I. Okay. So the lower right here, an H to this one on the I. So we first go right according to this thing. We know it goes right, and you just count. Now, it can be kind of hard to count. So it's at -1 and it goes to 7. That's 8. 8 units to the right. But you could also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, get there. And then you're also going up. You're going up a certain amount. Can you tell me how many up it is? You're going from -8 to -4?
4.
4 units. Okay. And I guess we got to try it each time. I guess that's kind of cool that it's animated.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's better than what in my day, we had chalkboards and it was kind of not as nice as for sure. So yeah, well, yes, I want to submit it. I know the answer's right. All right, moving on here. So K to L. So this time it's the one on the right moving to the one on the left. And again, is there a point that you're drawn to? Like, it's probably better not to pick the ones that are close together, to pick the ones that are kind of more, outside on the extreme. Is there one that you're drawn to here? Top left or bottom one here?
Up left.
Top left. So you could count, or like I notice it's at 2, and this other point's at -5. So that's 7. 7 left. It's always a positive number, left, right, up, down. Okay. And then we know that it also goes up. So I look at this -3 here, and I'm like, well, okay, where is this other point? Oh, it's at 2. So how do I go from -3 to 2? I'm not even looking at the points anymore. It's just the axis. That's 5 units up. There it is. All right, let's have you try one here. So you're going from Q to R, and if I need to, I can zoom in, I guess, a bit more on this, but maybe you can do it without the zoom. You're going from the one on the right to the one on the left. So tell me how much left and then how much right that you're going to go here. I'm sorry, left and then up.
Left 7. And then up 3.
It looks right to me. They give you 2 attempts. So if you're doing to work these on your own, just try to maximize your first attempt and make sure you get the right answer, which you have done. Okay, do you want us to do one more of these, or do you feel good about this section?
Um, um, I think I'm good with this.
Okay, we can always come back if we need to. So now we're up to identify single rotation or reflection, translation of a point, translate figure graphically.
Translate figure graphically.
Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, it says to plot all of the points, and they're telling you what to do. It's saying right, two right, and then four up. So you just pick a starting point. Like I'm going to start in the lower left. You could start in the top right. It doesn't really matter. Two right, and then four up. So actually, I'm going to start here on this one, top right here. So why can't I remember this? Two right and four up. So two to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4 up. Then go to the next point, two right, four up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll go to this one, two right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it tries to connect it. So I guess you gotta maybe do it in a certain order, but two right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another point. Maybe it probably doesn't look right until the end. Two right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now it probably looks closer to what you think it should be. And that one is correct. Oh, it even animates it. Nice. Okay. I guess that could be useful. All right, let's see if there's anything more complicated about here. So these are just translations. Okay. Four right and six down. Let's start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and six down. Come down to -5. Go to this one here, four right, 1, 2, 3, 4, six down, puts me at 1. Go to this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? 4, and then six down. So that's at 2. So I'm actually using the axes to count rather, or the difference in them. I'm not just counting the squares. This one here, 4 right. So that puts me at -3. Six down is at -2. Make sure you get that last one here, 4 right, -4, and then six down, -4. And that kind of looks right to me, I would say. Okay. So I think that's pretty clear. I mean, we can do more of these, but let's go back, see what else there is. What I'm concerned about is the more difficult ones in the section might be, but they're not. These are just translations.
Can we, yeah.
Single rotation or reflection? Okay, let's check it out here. Okay, I think this could be a little bit tougher here to look at or to decide. So the whenever it's moved quadrants like this, see how this let me see which one. Okay, from A. So A is the start, B is the finish. There's a couple of ways to answer this, especially when it's in a quadrant. It could flip, okay? But actually they do have flips. Okay. If it were a flip, then all the points would have to line up with kind of that mirror. And you could see that like this point over here on the right at 9, 4, there's nothing to match up with over here. So it's definitely not a reflection over the X or the Y. All right. But then the next question is, well, is it a rotation? Is it a rotation? So a clockwise rotation. So clocks go to the right. So if it were a 270-degree clockwise rotation, it would actually end up, yeah, it's actually a 90 degree because it ends up down here. So you can actually do it from the quadrant that it's in rather than that. But yeah, that looks right. You are correct. All right. So I think like the first thing I would look for or hope for is that it's a reflection over like the axis. This is not like this point right here does not match up on there. So for me, it's got to be a rotation. It's either a 90-degree or 270-degree. You got to be careful about the direction here. They're both clockwise. So 90 degrees would put you over here in quadrant 1, 180 over here in quadrant 4, 270 puts you back over here. Is that kind of
270.
yeah, and that the only reasons that's working is because it's contained exclusively in a quadrant. There's a couple of other possibilities here. Wait a second. Okay, well, it's showing us here clockwise. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So we had the wrong direction. I was looking at it as B to A. It was A to B. So we'll I guess we're not able to redo that. That's okay. We'll oh, well, I guess you do have to redo it. So if you go from A to B, this is the 270. The A to B is the 270 because you're going 3 quadrants around. If it were going to B to A, that would be the 90. Does that make sense? Like it reason we got that last one wrong is because the letters were switched and it was supposed to be going from the bottom to the top. But this one is A to B, so we've got it right. It's a 270. This I was just as shocked, maybe as you were, about it being incorrect. Okay, A to B. So here's A. Here's A is here, B is here. We should look at reflections first. Reflections first. Like see how this point here, top right, is like this one here. That looks like reflected. Same thing here and here. That looks like it's reflected, but they all got to be reflected. So does this x-axis look like the mirror to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's a flip over the x-axis, a reflection over the x-axis. And I think we'll see that's correct here. Yeah, awesome. Okay, now again, A to B. So we're going from the one on the right to the one on the left. So is it a reflection over the y-axis? What do you think? Yes or no?
No.
No. So it's either counterclockwise 270. So counterclockwise from A is going the other direction, 270, or counterclockwise 90. 90 moves at 1 quadrant from A to B.
90.
Yeah, that looks right.
Oh.
You see they're trying to show you the rotation. That's pretty helpful. Pretty helpful. Okay, so from A to B again this time, we got to make sure we know the order A to B. Is this a reflection? Always start with a reflection. That's the easier one.
Reflection over the x-axis.
Yes. Very good. Okay, again, so A to B. A to B, first start by asking yourself, is this a reflection?
Yes.
Sure looks like it. Which axis, X or Y?
X.
X, yeah, got it. Good. Okay, A to B. A to B. First, ask yourself if it's a reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, which axis?
The Y.
Y-axis, good. Do you like the multiple choice questions?
Yeah.
They're a little easier. You don't have to wonder about all the possibilities. Okay, this one is not, we're going from A to B. This one is not a reflection, okay? So the question is it a clockwise rotation of 90? Clockwise goes to the right. Or is it a clockwise rotation of 270? That goes to the right, to the right, to the right, and then back up, or down and back up. What say you? Is this a 90 degree or is it a 270?
270.
So 270 of A clockwise would put you actually over here in this other quadrant on the
Okay.
left. The 90 degree, you almost, we don't, let me just, I guess I can show, let me just really quickly, because we're so really sparse on notes on today's lesson, but that's okay. Just really quickly, let me show you that here. So what I'm visualizing is a circle here, and I think to myself that's clockwise. Okay, so this is 90 degrees, 180, and 270 clockwise. But if it were counterclockwise, and I'll draw that other circle. Still drawing a circle, but if it was counterclockwise, this is the 90-degree place, this is the 180-degree place, and this is the 270-degree place. And it gets very nuanced, but it is the thing to know here. So go back to the other screen. Definitely get a lot more of these done. So this one is a 90-degree clockwise rotation from A to B. Okay, let's do at least one more here. Okay, first ask yourself, is this a reflection? Is from A to B? Make sure it's A to B. Yeah, it's A to B. A to B, is it a reflection over the y-axis?
Yes.
Sure looks like it. Yeah. All right, let's do one more. Okay, so first, is this a reflection over the x-axis?
No.
No. So it's either, okay, so this one's clockwise. We're going from A to B clockwise. So for A to be clockwise, 90 degrees puts you over here in the first quadrant, 180 over here in the lower right, 270 back to B. And that's because you're going clockwise around the clock. Okay. So that helps you to tell you the answer is this last one. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're doing this not with points. I mean, you could literally write the points and then use the formulas like we were doing last time, but probably not needed here. So
can we do the rotation and reflection rules?
Let's take a look. Okay, so y equals x is a 180-degree reflection. Y equals x. And it's also on that sheet that we looked at here. But let me snip this into the notes here. Sometimes we do so many on the other screen, I think, well, we don't need the notes, but probably should have them here. So let me snip those in. I'm going to share my other screen here in a moment. Okay. So the y equals x is this one here. Okay. Notice that they just switch positions. There's also one for y equals minus x, which is not covered on here. I don't know if it'll come up. So just switching them 5, -6 looks like it's this one here. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the next one here, I'll snip these in. (180 degrees counterclockwise). So that in your reference sheet that I sent you over, it's down at the bottom. Right. So it's this one here. It's this middle one here. So the x's and y's, they stay in the same position, but you negate both of them. Change the sign of both of them. So what would that become?
It was the last one?
Yes. Very good.
Okay. It's yeah.
Okay. All right, now, okay, so I can see that you're getting a little bit harder. This actually is good for us to do here at the end, because you've seen all the rules and now we can kind of get through them here. So okay, so a couple ways to do this one here. Sorry, I don't know where that's snipped. Let me get rid of that. A couple ways to do this one. One is to graph the point. Okay, so let's say 4, 2, it's like right there, and it's over the x-axis. So there's the point right there. Okay, The other one is to use the rules that we've been seeing over and over again. The rule over the x-axis is that the y value is negated. The y value changes sign. So just the y value. So you take the xy, keep the x, but y becomes opposite what it is.
Okay.
So which would be the correct answer here based on that?
The second one.
Yes. And if you already know the answer, you can just tell me. I don't have to give you all this discussion if you don't want it. This one is like number one. Let me grab it, snip of this. So we're on, this is the third question here. Okay, this is like number one, the line y equals x. If you need me to snip in the formula, I can. Let me know.
Can you do the formula?
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't have that. Oh, so it's 5, -6.
Yes. And is that the first, second, third, or fourth choice?
The first.
Yeah, good. Okay, new one here. All right, so this one you're reflecting over the y-axis. If you need the formula, I can snip that in. You can also graph it or try to visualize what that is when it flips over the axis.
Oh, it's +2, +5.
So the difference, yeah, is that the x value changes, like you just said, +2, +5.
Okay.
Very good. Another one here. Okay, let me know if you need me to snip in a formula for this.
It will be -7, -5.
Yes, very good. Okay, here's a 180-degree rotation.
It'll be +5, -9.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, it's that one there. Okay, we're up to number 7. We'll keep going here on this. Why it keeps snipping in the wrong place. Okay, how about this one here? X-axis.
It'll be -3, wait, yeah. Oh wait.
It's good you're catching yourself. You were not giving me the right answer, so just take a little bit more time here.
Is it -2, -3?
So we haven't done this in a while, but if I were to graph it, 3, -2, 1, 2, 3, -2, and I'm reflecting it over the x-axis here. So it's going to go up to that point. This is 3, -2.
Oh, I was doing over the y.
Yeah, and that's easy to do. It's easy to miss which one it is and why, and so that's why having the formula sheet, you just look at it, you stare at it long enough, maybe you remember the formula. Maybe you could beg your instructor to have it on the test. But, here's another one for you to try.
Isn't it +6, +1?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do at least one more of these. This will be the 10th one here. There's 20 total on that. So this is now an x-axis.
-1, -6.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, should we do more of these or go back and look at the other thing?
How many more of this thing do I have?
10 more of these.
Okay, and then can we just finish it?
Yes. Now it is a 0% timed grade. Does that matter?
I don't know what that is.
Let me share that screen and just you can decide, because like I don't think it actually counts towards your grade if you care. Like I see that it's a 0%, like meaning that if I go back here, stop the timer. Oh, okay. Where do you stop the timer? Well, we can just keep going.
Okay.
Do you want to look at them or do you want me to snip them in each time?
No, I can just look at them.
Okay. So y equals x. So that one is xy becomes yx. So they switch positions.
Oh, -8 and -4.
Yes. All right. So this same thing, y equals x.
6,4.
Yep. There you go. 270 degrees counterclockwise. Do you have that one in your notes?
270 counterclockwise. It is -7, comma, -1.
Yes. Here's another one.
It is -9, comma, 2.
Yes, that's right. Now they always switch position, but that only, so it kind of helps with like reducing them if you were in a multiple choice situation where you weren't sure. Same thing here, 270 counterclockwise.
-9, comma, 6.
Good. Another one.
-2, comma, 9.
See that first one. Okay, so this one did come up. We haven't covered this one yet. If you'll notice,
Okay.
it's actually not in this this sheet that I gave you. So do you happen to have that one in your notes?
No.
Okay, so let me do a quick search on that for you. Let's go here. Okay, so let me see if I can find this real quick. Okay, so this is like, oh, do they switch positions? They do change places. Okay. Let me go to the other screen. So the y equals -x, xy, they switch positions, but then they're also negated. I don't know if we saw that one yet. So for this one, it's 9 and then 6, but then they're both negated. So I believe it's -9, -6.
Okay.
That'd be a good one to get down in your notes if you don't have that.
Yeah, I got it.
And here's another one like that. So they switch positions, but then they're both negated.
Is it +9?
Yes.
And then -3?
Yes. Same thing on this one. They switch positions. They're both negated or change the signs.
+3, -6.
Good. All right. 90-degree counterclockwise. So you got your notes. The X and the Y, they change position, but you have to change the sign of one of them.
It's -3, +1.
That would be true if it were clockwise. This is counterclockwise.
Oh, this is right here. Okay, so it's +3,
Yes.
-1.
Yes. All right, last one here, it looks like. Rotation, 270 counterclockwise.
7, -5.
Yes, 7, -5. That looks to be right. Okay, when do we stop on these?
Right here is fine.
Okay. All right, so I'll hit the stop. There you go. I got 100%. That's good. Okay, let's go back here. Your choice here. We got time to do more, whatever you want.
Translation of a point.
Okay. Okay, so the translation of a point, if it's going left, that affects the x value. The x value goes left 1 means you subtract 1 from the x value. What would that be?
5.
That would be if you're going right. So it's if you think of a number line, -6 then goes to the left. So it goes to -7.
Oh, -7.
Yeah. Now the -9, you're going down. Down is also negative. So think of that y-axis. You're going down from -9, -10, -11, -12, -13, -14. So when you're going left, you subtract. When you're going down, you subtract. You got to know which one to subtract. The x is left or right. The down is up is y.
Okay.
All right, next problem here. Okay, so right 2 units means you're adding 2 to the x value. Or you're going to the right 2. So what would that be?
0.
0, good. And then up 4 units, it means you're adding 4 to this -3.
1.
Perfect. Excuse me. Okay, same thing here. Why don't you try this one on your own? See what you come up with.
5, comma 5.
Sounds right. This one's right 3, so you're adding 3. Up 4, so you're adding 4.
1, comma 9.
Very good. Okay. Left 3. So left 3 this time means to subtract 3.
0.
Okay. And then up 4.
1.
Very good.
Mm, 0, comma 10.
Good. Did you try this one?
9, comma -7.
Good. Really good. Yes. Let's keep going here. Left 5. So you're going to subtract 5 from 0.
-5.
Good. And then the next one is down 1. You're going to subtract 1 from -1.
0.
So you're going down.
Or
down
2.
is the other. Yeah. -2.
2.
Yeah. It's easy to kind of get those goes off the other way. All right, let's do a couple more here. So right 5 means you're adding 5 to 5.
10.
Okay. This is the harder one. It's +1 and you're going down 2 units. If you think of 1 on the y-axis, then you go down and then you go down again. Where does that get you?
-1.
-1. Okay, how about this one here? Try this one, please.
0, comma 4.
Good. Okay, and so 10 out of 10, is that good enough? We go back on that?
Yeah, well, there's a next problem, it
Oh,
says.
okay.
And
Yes.
okay.
So now you got your check mark there. I think it's designed that you can do more if you wanted. Um, so
Oh,
okay, let's do a couple more of these since we got time. Okay, so from A to B, okay, is it 180-degree rotation
oh,
or
it's a reflection.
over the line y equals, well, y equals x? Is this line kind of going diagonally here?
So y equals negative x.
That is the same as, yeah, so there it is. It looks like it's that one. Yeah, I didn't know if it's the same as one of these other ones. Okay. Um, yeah, let's try that. Great. What do you think about this one? You're going from A to B again.
It's a reflection across the x-axis.
Good. A to B.
Reflection across the y-axis.
Good. Excellent. Oops. Why did? Okay. So this one, you have to imagine there's a line right here between them.
Oh, so it's reflection over y equals x.
Yeah, sure looks like it. Great. Okay, this is probably a great place for us to stop here. I think you did great today. We did a lot.